went to the studio with all my costume and somebody to help me carry these clothes. And I saw him, he was already trying the scene, and he attacked me with the camera. And I said, un momento. I want to fix that light, and you're going to photograph me like I want, not like you want.
Yeah. Where?
He was very cunning. He photographed me anyway, and he made me look some pasty and terrible. And I said, I went to him and I went like this, and I touched his fat face, and I said, I'm so sorry you feel that way. in the Garbo voice that I used to do, say, I am so sorry you act that way. I must go home now. Today people don't even know who Garbo is. Do you imagine?
No.
I say, honey, you are missing a lot. Go and see it. Rent it before you drop dead.
When we were talking the other day, that you told me, this is the quote, right? You said to Jill Lorraine, you're not the only one interested in photographing us.
Oh yes. No, he wasn't. I had tons of photographers after me. That's why I'm still remembered, because the photographs from magazines and from books come out. And people want to know who were we. Because I said to Beauregard, the other night we talked for an hour on the phone. I said, but honey, thanks to Jill and his ugly photographs that become beautiful now, we are remembered. Because nobody will remember me. It was a moment in time. We were in photo. No, it was a moment in time. And it was a beautiful time, and I was lucky in a way that I belonged to it. And most of my friends are dead. Crisis. That's another drag queen. We used to call each other drag queens. Because now it's sophisticated. They say, I am a trans something, and I get trans something. And what you said? A transgender? Transgender? You're a trans?
Fair enough. Some of us. Every once in a while.
Darling, let me ask you something now that we are friends, because I don't consider myself a star that only can be talked to at a certain time. I'm a human being, I'm like everybody else that has feelings. If I do do you think it would be a success if I do a yesterday and today and a nightclub review?
Yeah.
I am still the old-fashioned girl. I say to the guy from the Gardenia Club here, he said, oh, I love the idea. I'll give you the club for free. You don't have to pay me anything. Just do the show there.
Yeah.
So, if anybody is interested in help me direct it, they say I'm difficult, but
Not true.
difficult for me is, I want that wall pink, and you painted gold.
Someone who follows instruction well, required.
Yes, because this was going to sell the idea. I mean, I have heard so many times anyway. New York in those days were the paradise of intellectuals. I met Carson McCullers, Tennessee Williams. I saw Hedy Lamarr in the street. We were walking down Broadway, and there was this lady that she had such a nice way of walking. And I said to a friend, I was with, that's Hedy Lamarr. So we started walking after her, and she was in the front with the man, and she was walking, talking, and suddenly she turns around and faces us, and she said, I don't like trail, how do you say that, trail, somebody who follows.
Yes. Follow bloggers.
Yes. And we got scared. She was incredible, the way that she made that. And we left her alone. She was still gorgeous. And then we arrived to the loft, and Candy was there complaining about something. And I said, you miss Hedy Lamarr.
Hey Alexis, there's a picture of you and John Sex up now.
Oh, John Sex was divine.
Who was he?
Who was he? He was we were already from the silent era. Johnny was from the talkies. And Johnny was fantastic humor. He did his show very, very effective. I did many shows with him. We did Take Off on Sweet Bed of Youth, and he was the gigolo. I was the movie star, and JP was the guy that gets double cross all over anyways. So Johnny Sex was my friend too. He's gone. Johnny.
And tell us, you brought up international crises.
Wait, let me tell you.
Okay, go.
This is a song I used to sing to Johnny. Johnny, when will your birthday be? Reserve that night for me, just you and me. Johnny, la da 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 da, da 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 da. You like that? I need a kiss or two or maybe more. We never recorded it, but I used to sing it to him whenever we met.
Well, it's recorded now in all of our memories, and also with real live cameras. Tell us, give us a little tidbit about who, because this person is really significant. She comes up all the time. Oh yeah.
This is how Claudette Colbert looks at her body. Another queen dating, and she goes like this. That's the kind of acting I like.
Minimal. Yeah.
So what did you?
It's of many of the elders in our community, international crises. Is somebody who comes up all the time, and everybody, Flawless Sabrina included, always they describe her as their favorite, their favorite person. Who was International Crisis for those audience members who haven't heard of it?
International crisis was completely different from the rest. Being beautiful and what a great body. She broke the barriers because of this French director who was Peter Jackson. Hired her to be in a chorus, and she was the only boy. And the public will have to say, who's the boy in this group? And Crisis looked just like a girl. And he put her as a real girl on the stage. And, I'm getting tired.
Okay.
I forget when I get nervous. I'm like Anastasia now. A friend of mine called me Anastasia.
Well, we should have... Oh, wow. Alexis, Alexis, you're just flawless in these photographs. And right now. What was your favorite memory of Holly, since we should?
Oh, Holy Lola. I call her Holy Lola because she was loving to me. One of the most beautiful things Holly said to me was this. It was her last birthday that was celebrated here in last year.
Just down the street?
Yeah. And the people started moving around and we were left alone together. And I looked at Holy Lola and I said, honey, even if you're sick, you look beautiful. And she said, I'm glad you're here, you belong here with us. And I said, thank you, honey. And that was wonderful to me. That she said, I belong to the group of friends that she likes. I think of her every day. Even if she's dead now, I think of her. I saw her someday she will call me. And she said, let's do a show. I said, what shall we call it? And we carry on in the telephone, but we never did anything together. I mean, we were together in the Sound of Music. And she played Maria and I played the Countess. We were together in many little shows that we used to do in Danceteria. By the way, I heard that Danceteria is portraying on the walls the shows that they used to do. And Johnny and Crisis and all of us are there. So that's good that they appreciated us now. It's too late though. But I say like the boyfriend, it's never too late to fall in love.
Well, I think you're sitting right in front of 100 lovers.
Oh, yeah.
Holly would have loved it.
Yeah.
Holly would have loved to.
We were together in, what was the name of the show?
Transparent.
Transparent. She was acting strange in those days. And she was sort of distant from me. And insecure. She would tell me things that I never heard there before because Holly was a fabulous person. And she always threw everything to the wind. She never followed something. Quentin Creeve said to me at a party, if Holly will be organized, she will be one of the most famous persons in time in this milieu. But it wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, you know, the outtakes from that day were hilarious. You and Holly talked about many things, including your, maybe I shouldn't say it. It was pretty hilarious. The banter that the two of you had, and only a little, piece of it made the...
What was that?
I think most of the takes started with you two talking about your bowel movements. And they were improvising. It was totally improvised.
But I told her you're eating the wrong thing, honey.
Every take started with, Holly, how are your bowel movements? And we were sitting there, behind the camera, like, Paul Monroe was there. Do you remember that?
But you don't know how uncomfortable it is. And Holy Lola, sometimes she cries. And I said, what are you doing? You're crying. Because she was lonely.
Yeah.
And we couldn't, I could have brought her champagne. She still was lonely. I said to her, she said to me, you're going to go first. And I said, I hope we go together.
Yeah.
Oh, Holy Woodland. What a character. Good comedian. Great comedian.
We're going to be treated to watching her brilliance. Oh, there's the sound of music with Hollywood Ron and Alexis Lago.
That was made by Mr. DeMille.
Yeah.
Scott Whitman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also remembering, just since we're in a theater, the few times that I watched Holly, the few times that I was in a theater with Holly, she only stayed awake long enough to watch herself on screen. And then she would immediately fall asleep, and periodically, this one time it was like an experimental film showcase at Red Cat, which is downtown, you know, lots of experimental film, and she would wake up and just immediately be like, "Who, they call this art? I should be getting paid to watch this," as loud as she could, so everybody could hear her. Did somebody pay to make this? She thought, you know, she didn't understand the experimental film.
Sweetheart,
Yeah.
next time get some comfortable chairs. I can't stand.
Okay, let's get on the couch.
Give me your hand.
Yes, ma'am.